Last time on
I wanted it to spin.
We got this. What the Honda? Baja Design. It's kind of weird. The XL Pro. See, it's not complicated at all. It kind of looks like I know what I'm doing. I'll make a welder. I've done this right. Hey everybody, we're here at my brother's house. Why? Because we're gonna cut up some cutting boards. That's our thing. If you missed the last video, you need to really go watch it. I don't really want to sit here and sum the whole thing up for you, but I'll give you the quick. I'll bend down a little like I'm doing with Dingus. Stock headlight. It's crap. We built a whole wiring harness going to allow us to plug in our new Baja Design XL Pro, which is just sick. Anyway, yes, yeah. Is that the back of the shop? Sure it is. There you go. In this video, the biggest thing we gotta do is with this guy right here. This is the stock headlight. Ugh, halogens, ugly. Ooh, LED's pretty. So we gotta mate these two together. Now, Baja does have some kits for some bikes that just make this literally, it's like a backing plate. It goes right here. Look, actually, I got one for KTM. They sent it because they knew I was going to be doing some goofy stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't use this because look how cool this looks. It's actually almost a really good fit, but this is for a KTM. We're basically going to be building our own version of that. And it's a bit more complex too with this bike because as you can see, the headlight itself is what mounts to the bike. You got these rubberized pieces in here, this whole housing itself, and then this attaches to this. So our little plate that we built has like 3 jobs it has to do. Hold the light, hold itself to the bike, hold this, and be all adjustable. It's like a lot of things. In the past, we have learned that you can use this stuff here. This is just a giant cutting board, like commercial grade as they're saying, but we've used these exact ones. I trust these ones. These are very strong. These are what holds my roto packs up on my FZ MT, as well as a giant rack that we built for the rear of it. Stuff is, it's overkill. It's cool because it's kind of like working with wood. If you can work with wood, you work with this, but obviously not going to degrade as wood would. Wood? This is my brother. You've never seen him before. Nope. Never. A brand new character. Look, I'm doing it dumb, Ian. I'm doing it dumb. Come do it for me.
I want to kill you with
This is how you get Ian to do things. You do it really bad till he gets annoyed with you. Stop.
This will ride along the edge and make a perfect duplicate of whatever we make in the wood.
Yeah, but this is a square.
Yep.
All right, so there it is. We'll put that on the bike and we're done. Hooray.
Hasn't even been that bad. It's been going pretty smoothly.
It's been 3.5 hours.
Shut the hell up. We screwed the template that we made to this piece of cutting board, and now we're gonna run it around the ball bearing router bit. Never done it before.
Let's have a big thing.
I gotta think about it.
Comment below.
I don't even know how it did that. It pulled more out of it than it should have. You see that?
Oh no.
I mean...
Well, is it actually lower than the piece though?
Well, yeah, I mean, look.
I don't think it is, Ian.
Jake,
the wood is still bigger.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Oh wait, yeah. We're on, what is this, plan B?
Yeah. How do we keep this thing straight unless we...
Just eyeball it.
Eyeball it?
How do you think they built these houses? Do you think they put every board into a jig? Some guy
I think they built it like shit. I would never build a house.
And it looks like perfect. See? We're way overthinking this. We've attached this onto here. See, we've got the little screws in. We need to build some little L brackets. We're gonna have a piece going from here, curving over, maybe like 2 bolts in here. The bottom one, I think we're gonna have to build more of like a U shape. It's gonna kind of come off of that. The end goal is you can walk up with this, stick it on. That's just the same way the stock headlight went on. Right there, whole blacked out. Holy, put it right there.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like that.
it's the
depth.
That 4 is 1.5 inches. For the area that we're using, pretty on.
Now we got the real precision tools out, don't we?
Problem is once you bolt it down, then you can't...
On this episode of Deadly Catch. Be able to pivot this around. We'll be able to make an eccentric, or what's the word? Concentric?
Concentric?
And that's how you do it, folks. Semi-final assembly. Unlike the KTM ones and stuff you see where they have the plate, you have these gaps in here, but I think it looks kind of cool. Now, obviously, we're still gonna paint all this stuff. I gotta finish it up. Thank you once again for helping me all 2 days in a row. We're gonna go finish it up at my house.
We got the Discord members on the video right now. They're getting a sneak peek, so get in there.
They've all been very mean to me. That's what they do. I understand that process is not exactly the simplest to follow. Because you gotta remember, we're not just building this thing for the first time, we're prototyping it. You know, we're having to come up with all the goofy measurements and everything that's needed. That's why we've made these. These are some directions on how to make this your own self if you choose to do so. Once I got back home, ripped everything back apart, cleaned up all the metal brackets. I like using a Dremel for that. Threw some paint on them. I like to use the Rust-Oleum Professional. Shout out to Project Farm. Put on a lot of coats, very light coats, probably like 10 coats on those things. I find that gives it a very good finish, and then let them dry overnight. While those were drying, I also took a heat gun to the board. Good way to kind of get rid of all the small marks and nicks you put in it while you're working on it. Just sort of takes all those out. Finally, after everything had dried, we started putting it all together. Throughout the process while I was prototyping it, I was just using some regular nuts. Final assembly, I switched to some locking nuts. All the hardware is stainless, so everything went together like it should. When putting the headlight in, you will find it a little tricky to slip the washers behind the headlight. I'm actually running a nylock plastic washer against the headlight itself, another metal washer. Trying to sneak those in between the two is very, very tricky, but the trick I learned when doing my LP9 on my FZ was to put a piece of tape around the washers and kind of sit them back in there, just a small piece. Once you slip the bolt through and start threading it, you can just pull the tape back out. Finally threw the shroud on there. And then finally, we're left with this. I love this, look at this thing here. So, just to kind of re-go over it with you, we've got a Baja Designs headlight in here, which is adjustable. It's rubber mounted and will mount directly to the bike with the bike's existing hardware the same way the factory headlight did. Just like the factory headlight, we have a single plug. No goofy wiring on this. This is all super, super simple. I think it looks absolutely sick. Should be easy enough. Let's bolt this on the bike. I can't believe how much easier this is to put on than the stock headlight. We've got so much more room for the wires now. I'm not even really utilizing it. There's like a crazy amount of space back here. There's more space in the upper part. So both of the bolts on both sides that tighten down the adjusters, like right now I got it a little loose because I need to adjust it. I can get in here and adjust them. It's not the easiest thing to tighten down, but I mean, like, I'm going to adjust this and it should be good to go. The only thing left to do now is wait for it to get dark out. I cannot move it! So I've come out here to do some testing with the bike, and not because I'm a moron and deleted all the stock footage. Don't worry about that. We've got an entire another stock CRF300L here, thanks to Sean, who a Patreon of mine, lives down the street, happens to have a stock 300L. So because of my idiotness, we're really going to get a better video out of it is what's ultimately going to happen. We're going to actually see what this headlight looks like versus this headlight. And we can also, right here, this is also really good. We can really see them in person. This is kind of fun. Do you know the meme? I've never really watched Dragon Ball Z, but have you ever seen, it's like some meme where he's like, I'm a fire in my lady. What the fuck? That's what this, for some reason, that's what this is to me. I don't know. Now, I have also adjusted this up a bit. If you guys saw the original video, I had the wire and I set it to 20%. We have it somewhere about the halfway point right now. It's fully adjustable. It's changeable. Here, I'll show you how to do that real quick, just to show you I'm not a moron. It's gonna flash 3 times. And then if you go 1, 2, 3, there you go. Now we're in programming mode. 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. About 50 we said? Okay, we'll start at 50. We'll see. If cars are flashing at me out on the road, we'll turn it back down. God, I forgot how much this thing leans stock. This is insane. Oh my God. Honda, why? Why did you do this? See how yellow the stock light is? It's a much more white light. So there's your stock low beam. Very, very low beamy like. Here's the low beam I'm dealing with. So, what do you think as an independent the person here?
I just think it looks better just because it's, you know, cleaner. It's not yellow.
Yeah, it's a very white. They use like 5,000K lights, the Baja people do. They don't use those real like 6,000, 7,000, which get real blue and purpley. And here's what I noticed with the high beam, my own self, is that the difference between low and high, like if you go between them, is like, yeah, I mean, you can see the beam does go out further, but you lose, I hate how on these lights you lose that, and then nothing too fun there.
All it does is throw it. I mean, it's the same light level, all it does is throw it out further.
All right. So, I mean, you know, I feel like we're seeing that tree line all the way down there. I could always adjust this even higher, but, oh yeah, look at that. We can get it up on those trees over there. You can definitely see just the more yellowness, the white of this. That is significant. This is like a really good test to ride down these backcountry roads like this and to see if these passing cars disapprove of my low beam. Yep, seems good. Seems good. All right, no flashes from that car. Wow. Wow. So literally with this bike stock, and I'm not trying to just say this to dramatize it, but I really did not like riding at night with that stock bulb on there. It didn't give me any confidence to ride at any kind of speed. You don't want to outride your light, right? That's what they always say. And I mean, I know it's a slow bike, but Jesus, man. This is one of those mods that's now made it where I'm happy to ride at night, you know? And that's pretty significant. What do you feel like when you're riding with this thing with the stock bulb at night? Like, are you confident or are you like, eh?
I don't know, on dark roads, not really. Another thing that I did notice is we were coming down that hill and there was that left-hand kind of sweep. I couldn't even like see that until I got like 10 feet like close to it. And then I had to like, whoa. And then I lost you for like 20 feet. It's just, it's a lot better. Like significantly better.
There are straight strap-on lights you can get. So you look at the one I had on my XR650R, you can get that exact kit just as a straight strap-on kit. But that's the option for you if you've got like one of the more enduro style bikes. They do have these like kits that just slip right into this housing, and those are like the most super convenient. Those come like pre-wired everything. Like some of them even come pre-wired with like this dimmer in here. So they definitely have a lot of easier options for certain applications. Is this a motorcycle or a car with its light out? I think it's a golf cart with a light out. It is. Sean here is on the Discord with me, and the Discord, which is linked to our Patreon. Patreon version of these videos always come out earlier, ad-free, uncut. They're only $1 a month. Great time, and the Patreon community is the greatest. They all conspire against me to talk shit. They're very mean to me. I go in there and I have emotional damage. Yeah, check that out, the Patreon, if you want to see the Patreon. The Patreon's cool. It supports these videos and makes all this possible. Yeah, you like the Grand Theft Auto cam back there? I know night is not the best time to use it. These action cameras, you know, if it's just the nature of this video, we're gonna have you don't film a headlight reveal video in the middle of the day, do you? That was a good ride on our hogs there. Thanks for helping me film that, sir. High fives and fist bumps all around.
Hooked up right now? I want you to blow it right out.
I'm gonna be attaching. Because I was telling him like, oh, I didn't see the deer. There it is. There's the deer. You see it?
Oh, we're recording now.
Meat on it to get a screw into it.
You don't know.
All right. Oh, which light is that? Didn't know I was gonna do an O-light plug, but I do have a discount code for that. So,
Jake, how are you gonna guarantee it's the same distance on each side?
I'm just gonna guesstimate.
Why? It would take 2 seconds.
Shut up. Look.
That's a writing pen. Oh. And it'll be different on the other side. It'll be different on the next one. It'll be different on the next one.
Nope.
Oh my.
Oh, it will not. You want me to do it?
How are you gonna make them all the same?